has started. So let's jump into the game right now. We've already got a whole bunch of placements, and it looks like Rob was maybe the last one to place here. And so he ends up with the 8, 4, 3, 4, 6, 11. So Legacy, I'm going to give you a second to jump into the game. For those that aren't familiar with the whole layout.
I'm having some audio issues right now. I'm going to leave and rejoin.
Sounds good, Legacy. We will see you in a bit. Alright, so for those that aren't familiar with this, basically you get to put down 2 settlements. Again, we put that out in the tutorial. You put down 2 settlements, 2 roads, 1 at a time, of course. And they're choosing all of their different resources right now. We see Steve with coordinated 5s and 10s. 5, 9, 10, brick, sheep, wheat, ore. He's got a little bit of everything. He's going for a little bit of a 5 resource strategy. It goes back to Chris, and I think Steve was the second. Goon placed first. Goon took an 8-4-3 playing the sheep port. Hey, that's a throwback. That's a shout out to all of the flock here. He's playing the sheep strategy this game. Not a bad one. You've got 8-4 sheep at the top, 9-10 sheep at the bottom. Goon's all about those sheep right now. Legacy looks like we got you back in.
Yes, they did not waste any time at all getting their spots set up. Still trying to take analysis of the board.
Yeah, they went straight into it. Now I think Steve ended up with a really good position. 3-4-10 ore, and he catches a piece of the 10, one of the best ore spots. 9-4-11 ore, wheat, sheep, a powerful spot for Chris. I know Chris has been studying. I know he knows the power of ore, wheat, sheep setups. He's also got a 5-6 of brick. He's a little short on wood, so he'll have to coordinate some trades with somebody, and we'll see how that goes. Goon with that last placement, 8-4-3, 9-6-3. He's all over that sheep with that starting wood. So Chris here kind of gets locked up in the middle. Unfortunately, their first, it does look like they took that 6-5-11 first. 12 getting rolled out immediately, Legacy, and you know the chances of that happening. So we're off to a wild start already.
Yeah, I like, just trying to take analysis of the board. I like Steve's position. Looking at the numbers, wheat is something that's going to be pretty scarce, and ore along with it. So being able to get on that 9 and 10, I really like that spot. Not sure about the road going inward. It's kind of in an awkward spot where it's probably not going to get much value, but I like his overall, spots that he picked.
And you know what I can't believe? Rob actually got the robber. He rolled that 7, and he didn't rob Goon. Of course, Goon doesn't have any wheat, so he's already gluten-free. But he puts it on the 5 brick. It's Chris and Steve that he robs, but now it moves back. Goon gets some revenge. 6 brick, robbing from Chris. He's going to take his cookies, drop a road down. He's already making good progress towards that sheep port, but he drops a second road too. Goon's building out of his mind right now.
Ooh, that wood port could come real handy for Goon, sitting on that 6.
You're right.
The robber.
You're looking at that southwest corner. 6 wood with the wood port. 8 sheep in the northwest with the sheep port. Goon's playing for double ports right now. Of course, the rest of the table realize they're going to start robbing Goon just like they said they would at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone here wants to lose to Goon, so I feel like he might get some early targets while everyone's pretty even footing.
You bet, but unfortunately more 7s roll after the 11, so it must be moved, and it's actually going to go back over onto the 5 brick. So Rob Paris actually, despite talking so much about robbing Goon, has moved it off of Goon every single time and has gone to robbing someone else.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that the 5 seems to be main target. I guess it's hitting 2 different players, but ordinarily you'll see 6s and 8s being blocked, or key spots like ore or wheat if multiple players are on it.
Yeah, I mean right now, so this is the beginning of the game. We've only got a few roads to drop down. Legacy, one more time. Talk to me about most likely to win, best position, how they're gonna win.
I do like the fact that Steve was able to secure what I believe are the 2 most scarce resources. However, I also really like Rob's positioning. He's got the ability to build roads off the most common numbers 6 and 8. You can see he's already got expansion down, but he's able to hit 2 of the ore numbers. But I think there's an old saying related to I guess he technically has an 11, but isn't really probably going to get too much there.
I think you're right, and with the first point down of the game built, it's Rob P playing purple here, getting the 3-1 port. Now, maybe I should go over the colors once more. Steve is playing the orange, Rob P is on the purple, Goon, our Goon, is on green for WildHeart, and of course Chris on blue. Now, when I look at this board, Steve pointed that 5-9-10 road inward. I would have much rather preferred it pointing out to the wheat port, double up on that 9 wheat on this eastern side of the island. And then Chris, you've got locked inside the middle, which means Chris isn't going to get a port, or at least it's going to take a long time before he stretches out. Rob, you're right. Rob looks like they're in a fantastic spot with that 6 brick, 8 wood doubled up already in a 3-1 port. He's a bit short on wheat, but he's got the ore to make it happen. Goon spot, are we showing favoritism or is it just the position? 8, 4, 9 sheep with a sheep port, that's what we're looking at. If this 8 wood gets blocked right now, Rob P is going to get slowed down.
Yeah, I think that's going to definitely hinder his production, and I think this is, when I was talking about Steve's position, and one thing I liked, I haven't mentioned yet is that he's got doubled up on the 5, so he's got the wood and the brick both on 5, so every time a 5's rolled is a road for him, and that can really help with the early game production.
And it's great that you point that out as Steve drops 2 roads down right back to that wheat port that we're talking about. Rob, on the other hand, first one out the gate to buy a development card, and those can be very powerful here.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in your thoughts here on the early development card. I think it's something that it can be a struggle to decide, should I try development card and try and get something like a Monopoly or something like or a road builder that can really help with the early game. What are your overall thoughts on like early development cards?
That's a good spot right there because right now the robber is sitting on Rob's prized number 8 possession, and so I think he's trying to actually get one of those knights so that he can clear it out. But as he buys that development card, we see Chris throwing down a city on the 6, 5, 11, and Goon actually putting down a point onto the 8 sheep port. So everybody's got 3 points now. So maybe he didn't need that development card, but at least he's got that started. And if it is Rob who wants to play a little bit slower, maybe fly under the radar, now it's gonna be Goon and Chris that are gonna get blocked out, while Rob can just keep buying cards and keep building out. I think Rob has a good shot at flying under the radar and bringing this game in.
Yeah, I have to say, from a city perspective, I would have really liked to see the city on the 4, 9, 11 rather than the 5, 6, 11, just because those are your either city or development cards. Whereas, on the 5, 6, 11, he's just kind of getting more brick, which can be nice, but he doesn't have a port or the wood to go along with making roads. So I think, I would have liked to see it on the other one there.
I think that's a great point. I think you make all the right points there. The ore is very valuable here. If you double that up, much easier to get your roads and your settlements down. The 8 rolls, that's great for Goon. Double sheep, he's got 9 cards. Legacy, let's jump into their comms and let's see what they're saying.
His cheeks, nothing wrong.
God, dude. This is getting ridiculous. These are like loaded away.
I told you, man. These sevens.
This is so ridiculous.
It's the robbers that are going to determine who wins or loses.
Stop the sheep production there. There are too many sheep on this world.
I see. You know what? That's fine. That's
Someone
fine.
need sheep?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, I mean, I will just try. So sheep. It's a good trade. You get some living. I want something dead.
It feels
You get
good, man. I don't have any
I'm gonna
wood.
blockade me.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't want your German wood.
Oh, finally. I got another sheep. I don't
I'll take Take it. Give it to me.
I give you one sheep.
Wait. No, let's reverse that offer, and I might take it. Does anybody have a clay? They want to give away for some sheep?
Unfortunately not, no.
Marketplace is closing in 3 seconds, boys.
Okay.
Trade clay for Cascon.
No, dude. Cascon's worth at least 2 clay, dude. Come on.
Cascon's barely worth 1 clay, let's be real.
Oh my god.
Oh, I have so much wood.
I give you sheep.
That's a good problem.
But no brick.
No
Who do I think
bricks.
has some brick? Let's play another night card. And let's hold your brick production. And
Rob's the real one, dude.
This is... Okay, Rob, wait a minute. What?
He's a real one, dude.
Okay.
This was robbery.
Grain.
Oh, it's robbery, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Well
good
done.
joke.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Has anybody got any grain? I have lots of.
I have lots of sheep that need to eat grain.
I'll just offer it out there. See if anybody wants to do it.
Rob's going
Anybody?
fishing.
Anybody at all? No? Not thinking about it? Okay. Ah, motherfuckers. Okay,
Get that weak grin off right on my face.
okay. We're doing this.
Man, you spent a lot of time thinking over there. We're falling asleep. You're not gonna win.
I'm doing a 3-to-1 trade. It's my first time using these tools.
All right. I'm jumping in here.
proud of you,
Okay,
so proud.
the game's gone on so far. We've got 4 points on Goon, 3 on Rob, 3 on Chris, 2 on Steve. Temperature check, vibe check. Where are we at in this game?
I have 3
3.
points. That's great.
I feel like Steve's getting a little salty.
This is rigged. These people are working with each other.
It's called negotiation.
That's how trading works.
No.
Trading or colluding? All right, I'm going back to the stream chat.
Everyone starts to go, no, wait.
Back to
Okay, I'm the master of trades. That's what we do.
That's right, master of trades. Okay, Legacy. Let's jump back into the stream chat. All right, there you have it. A little bit of the comms. It looks like they're trying to make some deals happen. They're trying to trade back and forth. Oh man, Legacy, did you like that one?
I love the banter going on. Just back and forth. Just brutal shade being thrown. I love it.
That's what Fridays are all about. That's what WildHeart Tabletop, the whole WildHeart esports, that's what it's all about. Having fun, enjoying it. I hope you all are having a good time out there. Back into the game, Legacy. Where are we at? Steve's only at 2 points. Is he really not going to get this settlement down?
Yeah, I think he's just being hard-hindered. He's been blocked pretty much the entire game on that 5, and it seems like it's causing him a bit of a slow start. And I think Goon, hit some solid rolls right out of the bat, and now he's got his ports going, full swing, and you can't really block both of them because he's got the sheep and the wood.
You're right, and I think, the more that Goon gets blocked, people are letting Rob fly under the radar. Rob has 2 knights played already. You can see that in the bottom right-hand screen there. It goes resource cards, development cards, it goes knights played, and then roads built. So again, if you play 3 knights, that gets you the largest army and 2 extra points. Rob is uncontested right now. Chris is the only one that's even close. So I think Rob has got that in the bag right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. With 2 more sitting, he's bound to have another one, and it's something where, if I'm Rob, I'm gonna hold off a little bit to play that 3rd one until I see Chris play the 2nd one, because I feel like all of a sudden you jump out and now you've got 5 points. A target might get placed on your head and you might start getting blocked. So I might kind of, hang out and not play that 3rd night.
That's a good point, and I think Rob is going to hang on to his 2 cards, but Chris did play their 2nd night, and Goon, he's got to get better at table talking. He's got to convince the table that he's not in a good position. Rob's actually got another expansion out onto this 11-12. Admittedly, it's only an 11 and a 12. Those aren't the best numbers on the board. Again, your best numbers have more dots on them. So, Rob, He's got expansion opportunities. He's got ore. He's got wheat. He's got a little bit of everything. He's got largest army, I think, on lock. And he might even have one of those big cards in hand. You know, one of those Monopoly cards.
Yeah, I think the problem I see for Rob is I think he's had a solid early game, but he, I don't see where he can really expand and get value. Like you said, he's going to the 11-12, and off of that, maybe he branches down into the 12-9, but a lot of his expansions aren't going to be for big value, so that might kind of stall his progress in the mid game.
I see, but you know what? Rob doesn't care about pulling out into the lead. Rob slams that knight down, claims the largest army. 5 points for Rob. He's halfway there to our grand total of 10 points. Again, 10 points wins the game, so Rob is halfway there already.
Yeah, like you pointed out, Chris playing that second one really put the pressure on him to stay in the lead. And for those watching that don't know, is to take the lead in largest army, you have to surpass them, and you can only play one development card per turn. So you basically have to get to a point where Rob doesn't play a knight and you have multiple knights to be able to pass him.
Excellent explanation there. And while you're talking, Rob actually put down another settlement, putting them at 6 points with a hidden development card. And inside that development card deck, there are single victory points in there. So it's possible that Rob might actually have another victory point. And we've got our first year of plenty into a plow. This is a rare case. Year of plenty. He took 2 wood to be able to build 2 roads, and he cuts Steve off.
Wow, big plow there. Interesting to see, he takes the priority in trying to get to that 6-2 spot, but he's not really able to get anything off of that. I'd be interested to see if he could have maybe built a second city or something like that with the year of plenty.
I can see where he's going. He's already got the 6 brick. He's got to race his way out to the coast to grab this 6 wood to pair it up. That's going to allow him to build even more roads out there. And there's still the 310 that he can come back to, kind of towards the northwest. And so I think Chris might actually lock up the longest road in this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If he's able to secure that 6, with the wood and the bricks coming in, he's also able to make an easy connection between his first two spots. That's pretty much longest road secure.
Oh! It's the replow goon coming in with a bigger plow down the 6-9 to the 6-2. Chris thought he was cutting Steve off. Goon comes back and cuts him off.
That's actual disaster for Chris. That's potentially a game-ending plow right there for him. That's you look at his potential build spot. He's got like the 10-3-11, but outside of that, there's not much open to him.
I gotta get in comms for this one, Legacy.
I'm building my little road. Easy. I got exactly what I needed on that roll. Told you, man.
Steve, if you get the chance, you should probably block him from getting on this road as well.
No, wait a minute. I'm not taking any orders from you. You're 4 points ahead of me. Wait a minute.
I'm giving you a suggestion.
Listen, I'm a resident of this island. You can't just boss me around, all right?
I want to call the ref for some salty stuff happening.
I just saw the biggest plow of my life.
Yeah, you did. I told him, dude. I'm building this road. I'm making. That's what I'm doing.
All right, let's.
They're definitely making plays. Guys, look out though. Rob's at 6 points.
Got any biters out there?
Rob's at 6 points. It's looking pretty wild out there.
Is he roboting for me?
Yeah, he's roboting.
Yeah, he's roboting for me, but.
All right, we're going to jump back into here. Sounds like they're having an absolutely good time in there. Steve is still struggling. Steve is struggling at the 2 points here. Rob's at 6, Goon's at 4, and then Chris is at 3. What's our next step here?
Yeah, it's I think it's still looking like Goon can really expand with those ports, and looking at Steve, he's struggling. He's been stalled. He's just trying to build that that port, get the wheat going with the wheat port, and just isn't even able to build out there. It's that settlement just really struggling.
As Goon lays down even more roads, actually claiming the longest road right now, puts himself at 6 points too. Goon always has a plan, I think. But I think Goon's actually got to get a city up sooner rather than later here too.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a couple good spots for cities, like the 693 and the 843 are both really good for both his ports. I'd probably choose the 693. Just because it's got the wood and the sheep, just in case something gets blocked, he can produce on one of the 2 ports.
I can see Steve in the chat asking if he can buy a wheat. The only wheat number that Steve is on is the 9, and I'm guessing that's been a little bit rare in this game. Wheat always was going to be rare with 9, 11, and 12 only on this board. So I am a little bit surprised that, Rob was able to get that, or Chris was able to get that city up so fast, while Steve is still struggling to get that 1 wheat to put down for a settlement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I actually missed it since they placed all their settlements so early, but was Rob's second spot the 6-4-11 where he just got to start with the wheat? Because if so, that ended up working out really well for him.
I think so. I think that was his second spot. He started off with one of those rare wheats. He got some good brick. So all he needed was an 8 to roll. He gets that road down. He's off to a fast start, and Rob does seem to me like he's in the best place right now. But I can't underestimate Goon. That last scrim that we played, he got himself up to 9 points pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I think Goon has, in my opinion, the best setup right now for the late game in terms of having both of those ports just being able to expand all along that west coast. Whereas, Rob's kind of been, stagnant at that 6 points for a while.
Yeah, I do see Rob, building up a city in the next little while. Oh, Steve finally gets that settlement down. 9 wheat port activated. Congratulations, Steve. Oh, no way! He actually comes through and plows out Chris from the other side. They're colluding to stomp Chris down. The 9-12 belongs to Steve now.
They are not being nice to Chris today.
Chris is completely boxed in. We gotta go to comms for this one. Chris, how are you feeling right now, my friend? Oh, slight disconnection on Discord right now. I'm gonna come back into it. Discord has disconnected slightly.
Good. Didn't even say thank you. Didn't even make
You
breakfast.
didn't actually try.
He didn't make
with
breakfast,
someone
dude.
else.
All right,
No breakfast.
Chris, how are you feeling right now?
I'm screwed, man. I
Yeah.
got bullied.
Yeah,
massively.
you got snipped at both ends there. You got plowed from one end and the other, the double plow.
And I don't have a wood or a lumber source. This is terrible.
This is terrible. How could you guys do that to him?
Yeah, they're playing against me.
Goon at one
I'm
end,
trying to
Steve
try-
on the other.
With you.
I'm excited to see how this one plays out at the end of it. Good luck with the rest of it.
Cheers, man.
Thank you, sir.
I can't even build a village.
Oh man, he's not in a good place. At least he looks good while he's doing it.
You got that right, but yeah, I feel his pain. You have those games, but I think the thing to keep in mind here is that even though this game looks pretty doomed for him, is that they were talking earlier that they were thinking about playing a best of 3 where the points in every game matter. So it's not like something where he's gonna check out. He's gonna keep going for more.
That's right, and we are, if we are playing the 3-game set, what we're gonna be doing is counting the points from each game and then adding them all up, including wins at the end. And we'll see if we can, crown a victor at the end of all of it for the night. But right now, I think Rob with 10 resources might be able to do something on this turn. 3-1 ports, they might be able to make it happen.
Yeah, I'd really like to see him city up on one of his good spots. Probably the 8-4-3, I would think.
Wow, he makes the trade go through. The smooth talking. 30k gets a wood for ore 1-for-1 trade across, and it's the 3-4-8 city with a road coming down to the 8 wood.
Yeah, great turn for him.
I hope Steve got something good out of it. He got some wood. He's on a 5 wood, admittedly, but maybe he already had the brick in hand. He did just make the plow to the 9-12. I mean, he'll triple up on this 9 wheat on the eastern side of the island if he gets to build there.
Yeah, it's an interesting, this point in the game, taking a 1-for-1. Normally, you'd, potentially try to get a little bit more out of it. But yeah, I think at this point, Steve's looking at the points, seeing he's behind and saying, I need to get that next settlement up.
Yeah, Goon sets down a settlement there too, going 2-1 for that sheep port. I should mention, Rob actually hit double ore as soon as he put that city on the 4 ore. 9 gets hit too. Steve is finally rolling in wheat now.
So what do you think about the play there from Goon to go on the brick port rather than the 6-2? I feel like he's only got the 3, so he's probably not going to get a ton of value out of that port.
A Goon is never to be underestimated. I mean, he could have built a road settle up on the north, the 4 sheep to the 3-1 port, double up his sheep, try to get that 3-1 to 3-1 his other resources. Most of it though is going to be 2-1 wood, 2-1 sheep. He's going to be able to get his city up eventually. But I think by that time, it's going to be GG Rob.
Yeah, I mean, Rob's been playing really solid game. I think the interesting thing is I'd have to go look through the rolls, but I feel like that robber hasn't moved in quite some time. I feel like after a string where it was like 7 every other roll, everyone using their knights, getting the army out, and then all of a sudden it's been kind of stagnant.
And we've got Steven Farms in business meanwhile with the 9 tripled up, but is that as good as Rob's quadruple 8 wood? When that rolls, he's got a city and 2 settlements. And you know what? He's actually just a few roads away from longest road. He's at 8 points right now.
Yeah, all he has to do is focus on, building out that road, and that could be game. So, good move for the by Goon there to put that block on the 8.
Yeah, blocked out for now, but Rob might actually have a victory point in hand. Remember that. So he might actually be secretly at 9 points. So a city would also win. Another victory point card from the development deck would also win for Rob. He could also just build a couple of more roads and a settlement. Whole bunch of different ways to get a single point for Rob. So lots of different ways to win. Goon, meanwhile, should be extending the road so that Rob can't steal it.
Yeah, if you're a Goon here, I think you mentioned before, he goes to city.
Oh, much needed.
But the, expanding in the top onto that 4 with the sheep, it's a nice just single road needed for a settlement. It's probably the next place you'd look if you're a Goon.
I think so, right now. So when we're looking at longest road, when you build 5 consecutive segments, which down here in the southwest, Goon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, after that monster plow on Chris, he's got the longest road for 2 extra points. Goon is at 8 points too here. Now Rob has 3 points from the largest army for playing 3 knights. Goon needs to keep building these because as soon as Rob plays a 6th road that's connected in a single continuous line, Rob will actually get those 2 points for longest road.
Ooh, Chris with the double steal from Rob.
Oh!
He rolls the 7 and then knights back onto that 8.
And
Big
he
play
takes
there.
longest road for now.
Big play.
So 7 segments, Chris playing for some points here, finds themselves at 5 points now, steals it away from Goon, which drops Goon from 8 down to 6 points. The 8 rolls and Rob actually gets shut out and denied of all that wood.
Yeah, huge block there from. Oh,
Oh! Rob just bought the victory point. 2 victory points. Rob is your first winner. WildHeart Tabletop game number 1.
pay to win gamer, buying the victory.
All right, let's jump in and see what they think. Congratulations, Rob.
Dirty
This man, it was hustling us the whole time, dude. I predicted it.
I
It's
know.
honestly, it just turns out, whilst I'm, so it's not as
Oh my god.
This guy. Okay, all right.
All right, let's go.
Rematch,
Rob.
rematch you, boys.
Yeah, rematch for sure. Rob flying under the radar with largest army and then buys 2 victory points. How perfect is that?
Yeah, it feels good.
Disgusting.
It feels good to win it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to thank Michael Udall, my boss. We trained hard for this, as in not at all. Now, honestly, it was pretty easy.
Yeah. Rob,
Honestly,
how does it
pretty
feel-
easy.
Ooh.
How does it feel to win the warm-up game?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the icebreaker.
Breaker match. Yeah.
I just, it turns out, spending money in this game gets you back.
Pay to win.
Yeah,
Pay to win.
buy money on buying purple. Go for 30k.
That's right. Right before this game,
Apparently helped
Rob
you
had
get that
spent
card.
$20 just to get that purple color.
Guys, it's very weird.
I might
trading
change
with
this
me.
server for Hero. He's down. I know, here, dude.
Thanks,
Hang on.
Goon. Thanks, Goon. Appreciate it. Yo, shout out Michael Udall, owner of 30K. They're rocking number 1 Icebreaker Tournament champs, but now also WildHeart Tabletop champs. Rob P representing. Chris actually stole 2 points away from Goon at the end there, stealing longest row, dropping Goon back down to 6 points. So we're going to keep track of these points here. Rob P, final score of 10, Goon with 6, Chris at 5, and Steve with 4.